What's up guys, welcome back, Fred here. And so today we're going to do some color grading and also adding some texture to the skateboard. So what actually color grading means? Color grading means to change the color of our objects. And so this is exactly how it's going to look, approximately basically. So we're going to change the colors of the guy and of the skateboard as well, and also adding some texture. So let's start first of all by adding some texture to the skateboard here. And here I have my image that you will also be able to find this image in your project files and just use it. So first of all, we have to place it into Photoshop, and then we can hold Shift and drag it to make it smaller like this. Yeah, perfect. Now let's put it here. Now let's get a little bit closer, and now we have to make sure our image is lying on the skateboard, so like that. In order to do that, what we have to do, first of all, let's press the right button here and choose perspective. And now we can press this point and drag it, and when we do it, we can see that it's getting like on this in the same shape like our skateboard. So it's going to the same direction like that. And now when we have put it, we just press OK. That's it. Now if I turn it off and turn it on, you can see that's almost the same direction. So just before we continue, let's say you want to find some other image or some other graffiti to use on your skateboard. You can just go to some online sites that offer free images to use. One of them would be like freepik.com, and you could just go here and type graffiti, press search, and then you could filter out like we need only photos, and then you would have a lot of photos to choose from. For example, this one would be really cool, this one would be also really cool, so you can just choose them and put them on your skateboard or anywhere else. So now what we need to do is we need to make sure this graffiti appears only on the skateboard. In order to do that, let's first of all take this image here, the graffiti image, and put it between the guy and the skateboard. So now let's press right here on the empty place, so not on the text, not on the image, but here, press right and choose create clipping mask. And when we do that, you can see here arrow appears like that, and now this graffiti appears only on the skateboard. So now we need to make sure that graffiti is appearing only on the top. So if I turn this off, we don't need the graffiti on the rollers, on this part, and so on. How do we do that actually? Let's turn this on. And first of all, we need to create some mask, so I'll just press here. Now we have created our mask for our on the graffiti image. Let's go here, press right, and choose brush tool. Make sure you have black color selected, and now we can just start deleting the parts that we don't need. So in order to make sure you see what to delete and what to leave, go to opacity and make it like 60%. So now, or even less, 50. So now we can see what we actually need to leave and what we need to delete. Let's make closer, and now we can start deleting. Okay, so why this is not working right now? Because my properties are not right. Let's go to opacity, make it 100. Flow, make this 100. Smoothing should be 0. And also go to your brush settings and make sure you have hardness 100. Now we can start deleting the parts that we don't need. You can also make your brush smaller and delete this, so you can work more precisely like this. So this part we don't need it as well. On the rollers, just like I said, we don't need it here and here. Perfect. And wait, okay, now it's perfect. So let's continue. So now what we need to do, let's go to opacity and make it back to 100. It already looks nice, but we need to make it better. And in order to do that, we have to make sure that our graffiti appears only on half of the skateboard. So if we go to this video, we can see that it's disappearing here and it's appearing only here. And how do we do that? So first of all, let's go back to our mask, the graffiti mask. Now let's choose again our brush tool. Make sure you have black color selected. Now we need to change the opacity and flow. Let's make opacity around 40% and flow around 10%. Something like that. And also go to your brush settings and make hardness 0. So, oops, okay. So let's get closer and make the brush bigger. And now if I start coloring, you will see that our graffiti starts disappearing. And that's actually what we need. So just color, until it looks good. We need to do some more, and as you can see, we're already getting to what we want. So if we look here, it has to be kind of on the half, and it has to go smoothly from no pattern to pattern. So just continue unless you got what you really want, like that. If yours is going really slow, you can just go up and increase opacity and flow, because it may be different for you. It's always different depending on your image size. Yeah, this is nice. That's it. So let's continue. Now we need to change the colors of the guy in the skateboard. How do we do that? So first of all, choose the guy, go to filter, and we need to choose camera raw filter. So this filter actually helps us to change the colors of anything. For example, here we have temperature, tint, and other stuffs. First of all, let's just get closer to the guy, choose your zoom tool and press here. And now we can change the temperature. So this helps us to make the image warmer or colder. We need to make it a little bit colder, and also just change the tint a little bit, for example, make it right. And you can just copy and paste these properties to get exactly this effect. You can play with exposure to make it brighter. You can play with contrast as well. Okay, so here, as I said, lots of different parameters that you can play with. And first of all, I'm going to briefly explain you them, and then I'm going to show you a short way to have exactly the same colors that I have. So then we have here highlights. For example, we can make the bright spaces even brighter, or make them darker. And then shadows, we can make them darker or brighter. So we need something like that. White, a little bit darker. Blacks, a little bit darker as well. So it also depends on your taste. So you can do as well also what you like. You don't have to follow these rules exactly. Clarity, we can make it just a little bit, because too much, you can see it looks horrible. So just a little bit would be fine. And also vibrance, we should just make it up. So what do we need to do now in order to get exactly the effect that I have here? In order to get that, I have actually included in your projects a file that contains all the needed parameters. So press here, press load settings, and you will find a file called guycolor.xmp. This is actually what you need. Just press on it twice, and then you will have exactly the same colors that I have here. And now let's just press OK. So we need to apply the same filter basically to the skateboard as well. But before we do that, we need to make sure our skateboard and our graffiti are one file. It's not two different layers. In order to do that, choose the graffiti and then hold Ctrl or Command if you're using Mac, press, and then press right button and choose Convert to Smart Object. Now it's one layer together. Now let's press twice again here on the text exactly, and right here, skate. Let's go to filter, camera raw filter, and now we wait until it opens. Okay, perfect. Let's go here again and press load settings, and we can just again choose this filter basically, guycolor.xmp, press twice, and we have it. Let's press OK. So that's it for color grading and adding texture. If you have any questions, just write comment. I will be really happy to help you, and see you guys during the next lesson. Bye.